A high-profile evacuation to the UK of Afghan female footballers fleeing the Taliban included a number of women who were not the top-tier players that it was claimed. A BBC investigation has been told. 35 women and their families, 130 people in total, were flown to the UK from Pakistan in November 2021. Women footballers were seen to be at risk from the Taliban, and some feared they would be punished for participating in a sport the new regime viewed as un-Islamic. They were granted visas by the Home Office. However, Newsnight has had access to the list of evacuees that was submitted to the British authorities in order to obtain entry to the UK. While the names and other identity details are genuine, the description of the principal applicants as national players or members of a regional team, in some cases, appears to be false. The BBC spoke to a number of former Afghan players, coaches and officials who identified 13 individuals who they believed were not members of the teams listed. Many of the evacuees were described as members of the Herat youth team. But Newsnight tracked down the team's former coach, Najibullah Norouzi, who now works in women's football in Italy. He says that when he saw the list of people who were evacuated, he wondered if some of them had ever visited the Herat football ground, let alone played for the national team. I have seen people in the list who have not even worn a football strip in Herat. There is resentment among genuine players now living under Taliban rule in Afghanistan, that others appear to have got out with false credentials. One, who wishes to remain anonymous, tells Newsnight, "The Taliban have banned sports for women and girls. We are left behind in Afghanistan with no future. It just makes me feel very neglected and very sad because we are the real players and not some of those that got evacuated." Sabriya Narouzi is a former captain of the Herat youth team who was evacuated along with her teammates Nargiz Maeli, Sahar Chamran and Fatima Baratian. She now plays football in the north of England. While staying in a Pakistan hotel en route for the UK, she says she met some women for the first time, who claim to be part of her team. Ms. Narouzi says that once in England, she had to split the evacuees into two teams, because one team couldn't play football.